Hey folks, so our coping beams are done. As you can see, our coping beams are complete. And as I've mentioned this before, what these do is that they provide support to the rest of the wall, and they kind of link up with the rest of the structure as well. So if you have studied anything related to civil engineering and structural engineering courses to be specific, you'll know that the main thing about structures is basically the distribution of forces, and the way that forces distribute within a structure is that they go from one beam to the next, from one beam to the column to the beam, and so on and so forth. So it's very important for that uniform distribution of forces to be there. So in that same way, that's what all of this concrete is for. That's what all of these beams are for. They're there for the distribution of forces. They're not isolated, for the most part. They're all linked up with each other, and they form a complete structure. They're like your bones, right? They're like the bones in your body. They're all connected. They're not isolated from each other. They all connect to make that same skeleton. It's that same way that you have the skeleton of your building or structure, or whatever you've built. So as you can see here, this beam connects to this smaller piece of concrete here. I wouldn't call it a column. Maybe more like a small like a pier. And then this connects in turn to the pier below that, right? To the vertical pier below that. And it sort of connects. It doesn't really connect. It doesn't have any connection, but I mean it's close, right? To this beam here. And that's what these structures are for. That's what these concrete, reinforced concrete items in your structure are for. They're there for the support. And other than that, I mean, this beam is also kind of sort of providing support. I mean, it is not sort of, but it is providing support to these blocks here, rather than these blocks being without any structural support system. Now these beams are there for providing that kind of support that the blocks have. So these blocks are not easily, pushable, to say the least. Anyways, if you like my content, like, share, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you guys in the next one.